Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Around the Ballpark podcast for your Thursday night, April the 16th, 2026. We are live a little bit later, about 15 minutes later than usual. Appreciate your patience, but we had some other things we had to take care of, get you guys set up for this podcast. And tonight, as you can see, Darren is not with us tonight. He is on call at work. So I took the phone a friend, and luckily, Mike, you were available tonight after going to the last night. I'd love to hear about how that went. You went to the last Panther game. So I'd like to know approximately how many of the game, like percentage-wise, would you say that you made it to this season?
Out of the 42 home games, I'd say we at least went to 35 of them.
35, that's awesome.
At least, yeah.
Do you still get that regardless of, you knew going in last game, they're not playoff team, whatever. Do you still get that like same feeling like each and every time you go, like this is amazing? Does it become more, not a chore, but like, do you still get those like, that anxious feeling like, okay, this is going to be a lot of fun, all that kind of stuff? Or has it just become part of your routine at this point?
It is kind of our routine. No, but it's always better being in-house. You're in the arena, you're in the seat, you're with 20,000 other hockey fans, hopefully cheering for the same team you are.
Yeah.
It's always exciting to be there.
Now, the official start to the Stanley Cup's playoffs, that's coming this weekend, I'm assuming? Or
That's coming up, yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Florida is not in that.
People can be a little critical. How can you win 2 consecutive Stanley Cups, not make the playoffs? I think it's a nice gesture. They've been there 3 years in a row, so might as well let somebody else get it this year. They'll be back to full strength next year. I want to believe, and wasn't it like very jam packed? Even though they didn't have the points and stuff, there was like a log jam around the same amount of points. It seemed like in there, from what I saw.
Oh, I saw a great stat the other day. Yes, we finished 38-38 and a couple overtime wins, but had we been in the West, that'd have been the best record in the West.
Mm-hmm.
So the NHL Eastern Division was very, very hard this year. There's really good teams. Not that you want to see anybody else win except your own team, but the competition was very, very high this year. And when you're struck with the injury bug, as we know from being baseball fans ourselves, bad things happen. You're not going to win when you're losing all your starters. We finished off the season with 8 guys in the starting lineup that were really from the AHL.
Yes.
They're not even really pros yet. They made the pro level because of injuries. But granted, I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 of those guys make next year's starting team because they did really well. And again, last night, so what? You're out. You're not going to make playoffs. Let's go home and cry about it. No, they went out and kicked their butt 8-1 over Detroit. They won their last, 9 out of 11 games, and I believe it was the last 6 home games or something like that. So, they're not giving up. They will play hard, and they'll be back next season. Yeah,
and I think getting like that shows so much grit when this game means nothing. And because Detroit was in the, I think they have a pretty substantial playoff drought themselves, right? I believe. So
they only had one win more than we
did. 5 goals, like you said, in the first two periods, and not even all the way through the second period, and to finish with 8 goals. And I want to ask, I know it's outside of your team, but Buffalo Sabres, I for somehow, some way, I started following them on social media. It was like in a bunch of different fan groups. And the first 2 months of the season, it seemed like it couldn't get any worse. And then they had this ginormous win streak, and then they just continued to play well the rest of the way. So, because I know they had a pretty substantial drought as well. So, I don't know if it's the Sabres, but do you have a team that you're kind of looking at as, okay, this is a weird position. I'm a hockey fan through and through. Yes, I'm a Panther fan, but who is I'm sure you're going to watch, playoffs, but who is your team?
Oh, yeah, we'll watch playoffs.
Number 2 that you would say?
I like seeing those teams that aren't there all the time. So somebody like your Anaheim Mighty Ducks, the Seattle Kraken, maybe, they're kind of a newer team. I mean, honestly, Utah. Who are they? They just got a mascot this year. It's a mammoth.
Mammoth. Yep.
Who are they?
Yep.
But anybody has a chance. And that's the great thing always about sports in general is anybody has a chance at any time. Look at the March Madness. When you had a 16 seed takes out a 1 seed, nobody would ever bet on them. But how do they feel when they take down a big team like that? They call them the Cinderella stories.
Do you know which team, which 1 seed? Did that happen this season or?
I don't know if that happened this season. I really didn't. March Madness came and went so quickly.
Yeah, it has. Yep, it has happened. And because that 16 team has to have that playing game just to even get there usually, and
sure,
all that stuff. So that's awesome. So tonight, of course, Darren, as I mentioned earlier, is working. So he'll be back with us on Sunday. So Mike, thank you for jumping in. And before we do anything else, of course, I have to give a shout out to our sponsors over at National Tax Solutions. And whether you need to file years of missing returns, a current year return, or you need relief from a tax lien or levy, Nashville Tax Solutions has the solution for you. Introducing Nashville Tax Solutions, your trusted partner in the tax resolution industry. We understand the stress, the confusion, the tax problems can bring. That's why we're here to offer clarity, relief, and peace of mind. Our expert team of tax professionals are dedicated to providing personalized, tailored solutions to your unique situation. We know the tax deadline was yesterday, but National Tax Solutions is a full year operation. They don't slow down. Obviously, there's extensions, things like that. So I'm sure they're still going to be keeping very busy. But they saved me from a financial nightmare. They're not just experts in tax resolution. They're compassionate too. Don't let tax problems weigh you down. Contact Nashville Tax Solutions today and let them guide you towards a brighter financial future. Call Nashville Tax Solutions 615-502-2250. Check out their website, nashvilletaxsolutions.com, or send an email to info@nashvilletaxsolutions.com, where tax resolution is achieved. And so, yes, and as we always say, but I'm going to continue to say it, thank you, Chris. Thank you for the team, everything that you do, believing in us, and under 100 subscribers. And still to this day, now we are 2 years strong doing this podcast thing. So just want to say thank you. Looking forward to seeing you later this year again at the Christmas extravaganza and maybe some other events as well. So super, super happy with that. Tonight, guys, we're going to have a lot of fun. Mike, we, although sometimes I'll bring a guest on here, a guest on there, I have found that some of these other episodes where we're just having fun ranking things, whether they're in the sports realm or not, is so much fun. And so I thought for tonight, as you can see in the thumbnail, we will tackle some of the ugliest uniforms in history with a twist. Okay, so you sent me, I think, 8. I was trying to stay on 8, and I might have done more than 8, but that's okay. We'll have fun with it. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is new for you. We've done this twice in the past, not recently, but we have done it twice. So this is our tier list maker right here. And we've got 5 categories. We got kind of like it. I wouldn't wear it, but it's not bad. Ugly with a capital U. Really, really ugly. Or Mount Ugmore. So for the Mount Ugmore, Mike, we will have to work together. We'll each get 2 picks. And as we go through what I'm going to show you, we'll each get to place 2 there at some point. We'll just go back and forth. We'll pick one, that kind of thing. I'm going to try to show it on the screen in big as well, so that way we can see it. But as you see down here are all the photos of the uniforms in question. And again, I'll try to blow them up at a bigger scale so we can actually look at it together and see it before ranking it. So since you are the guest host of the night, I will allow you the very first pick here. And then if you can't see it too well, just kind of let me know where you see it on your screen. And then I'll try to make it bigger on my end before we place them somewhere. And we can change our pick. If you put one in Mount Ugmore and then move it down, we can do that. There's little buttons over here to make that happen. So,
okay.
So feel free on your end, whichever one looks like someplace you want to start, and then I'll blow it up.
All right, so I figured I'd start off with something easy, something everybody kind of saw during that time frame of the mid 2010s, 2015-ish time. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
They decided to go away from the. Yep.
Yes. So there we go.
There we go.
Yes. So
They decided to get away from that creamsicle color. They went to the pewter helmets, and then they went to alarm clock numbers.
Yes. Now, when you look at this, I just want to hit snooze on the top of his helmet.
Yes.
But, so, with that said, looking at our 5 categories here, where do you think that you would place the alarm clock Tampa Bay Buccaneer uniform?
That is an ugly with a capital U right there.
Okay, so basically mid.
It's pretty mid, yeah.
Yeah, pretty mid.
It's not the worst. It's not awful, but I feel like it just lost the theme of the Buccaneer pirate. You went with the Tampa Bay alarm clocks, and even the fans weren't happy about it.
Yes. Yeah. So I agree. I think that's a good spot for it. So all right. So I will go next on my end, and I'll try to pick the ones that I mean, you might have some that you'll have to pick from mine because I might have picked more than 8 there, apparently. But obviously, since I'm a baseball guy, I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up here. So this is a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform. I'm not sure where the red decided to come in there as the little emoji there. It's a little confusing. So to me, this is it's definitely not in the upper echelons or anything like that. I'm going to say I wouldn't wear it, but it's not bad. It's not something that I would walk out of the house with, but I can handle it. Like, it's not too distracting. It's just doesn't really go together too well. So that's where I would drop it, is in that section there.
I agree that the red kind of takes away from that Pittsburgh black and yellow. That's what Pittsburgh's known for. All their sports teams, black and yellow.
Yeah. Yep. And speaking of which, the first place Pittsburgh Pirates as of April 16th, I'm pulling for the Pirates this year because I want baseball is better when guys like Paul Skeens don't automatically go to the Yankees at each or the Dodgers or the Red Sox every year. And if the Pittsburgh can actually show that they're just like the Pirate or the Tigers, they can be a winning team. And who knows, maybe something can happen there. But yeah, so shout out to the Pirates, first place. I know it's early, 3 weeks in, but that is someplace they're usually not. So just wanted to shout out to them. So
enjoy that top spot.
Which one?
Yeah, so enjoy the top spot while they're there.
Oh, yeah, well, you can. They are tied with the Reds, but the Reds did lose today, so we shall see. So you are up. Anyone else?
All right. So I watch a lot of Shark Tank. I'm a Mark Cuban fan. So we're going to go to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay. Yes.
They decided to come up with this uniform in the early 2000s that it was supposed to be like a space theme or something, that they missed.
Yes.
The internet world seemed to call this the Dallas Maverick trash bag uniform.
Yes.
With some reason why.
I've seen the look, like some people go on a jog and they'll wear like a trash bag. I guess there's some reason they do so, but doesn't look too good. So I'm interested to see where you got this one, because I think it could be anywhere.
This one's pretty bad, honestly. It's the. I mean, we could probably put it. It's middle of the road, I guess.
Okay, and we can always move it up if we need to.
Sure.
Yep. Sounds good. This one's unique because like sometimes we've done these and we've had to create a 6 category that says haven't seen the show or whatever, but these are all I think these all can fall under this category. So I will stick next one more on my end. I'll stick to the baseball realm, just kind of tackling the ones that aren't so bad. So I'm going to go ahead next with, let me see if I can find it on my end here, because it's where'd you go, little buddy? It is missing from my. Okay, so I'll just do this one then, because I couldn't find the one that I was trying to find right off the bat. So I'm sure I'll get there in a minute. But oops, that's one of yours there. I'll get back to that one. Okay, so this one here. So This is the this is the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and bacon right across the jersey. So here's the deal with this one. Like, I kind of like this one. I mean, I'm not sure if I would wear it out on a date night or something, but I'm gonna put that down here. I mean, it's it makes me laugh, and it's not atrocious. I mean, it's bacon on a jersey, but who's that really hurting? So for now, I'm going to put that in the kind of like it category down at the bottom.
And I believe the Iron Pigs have been in social media lately with some new types of jerseys that they've been putting out.
Yes. Yep. All right. You have the next pick in the draft.
Staying in the baseball realm, let's run back to 1976. The Chicago White Sox.
Yes. Chicago White Sox. And here we go.
The triple photo.
Yes. This one.
There it is.
There. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's Major League Baseball or if that's Adult League Softball. I don't know what that is.
Because here's the thing though, like, we're finding that because the season started in March, there's so many games that are in the 40s and baseball is not meant to be played. I can't imagine that this would work too well in April with the cold weather in Southside.
Not in Chicago.
Is it mandated? Like, can you wear pants under? Like, I don't know. But
I don't know. Baseball is a very traditional sport. You know, the uniform, the hat, then everything is very traditional. And that's why the owner, Bill Veeck, wanted to change things up. He didn't want to make it so much the same. He wanted him to go wear shorts and high socks.
Now, I
don't know.
What is worse though, these shorts or the batting stance on the guy on the left there? I don't know. It's pretty rough. But so yeah,
hey, our coaches would have yelled at us if we had a batting stance like that when you and I were kids.
So where would you have the Chicago White Sox?
This is really bad. Like really, really, really bad. This is going to be yeah.
For now, okay, sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's great. Now this next one, for some reason I can't find the. Let me just double check one more time. I thought I had all of them, but the oh yeah, I do have it. Okay, so I'll stick in baseball one time. So the San Diego Padres, the yellow and the brown. It's funny if you think back, even yourself. I know you haven't played softball in quite some time, but if you think back to our softball leagues, like if there was one color you never saw the uniform shirt, it was brown. I mean, we saw glow in the dark green. We saw everything else, every other shade, purple, pink, blue, you name it. But brown, not so much. So, but I'm still going to give this one some love. It's not atrocious. So I would say I wouldn't wear it, but it's not too bad. If it was in 2026, no. But for the time it is what it is. So no big deal for me. So put it there.
I've never been a fan of the Padres brown ever.
Yeah, no.
That's just me.
No.
Okay.
Got some good ones.
My turn again? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we do. All right. So now I know we have a lot of international soccer fans.
Yes.
And honestly, soccer jerseys are usually bright and colorful and vivid colors. And, well, in 2016 and 2017, Chelsea missed the mark. Chelsea Football Club missed the mark on that one.
I feel like I'm walking into Tire Kingdom. I mean, maybe not the colors.
Yes.
But yes. It just.
Not only were they sponsored by Yokohama Tires, it looks like they were run over by a Yokohama tire.
Yep, that's spot on there. Yeah, looks like someone's about to go to work, not play a professional sport. So yeah, not the worst.
I mean, I'll give them that they got the bright green on the outlines.
Yes.
But your standard soccer jersey would be all bright green.
Yes. Yep.
Not black and gray.
So where would we place this guy?
It's not the worst. It's not the worst to wear if you're a fan of the team. So, we can put it, second from the bottom.
Second from the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm in agreement with that. All right. So now I am up, and let's see here. Okay. The Toronto Raptors with the little dino. And I missed the dinosaur ride at Hollywood Studio or at Animal Kingdom. I know it was outdated, but that was a staple there. I wish I would have got to ride that just one more time. Got to get that dino. But yeah, so now the guy on the right obviously is watching the scoreboard or not scoreboard, but the big screen and seeing how atrocious these jerseys are. I think that's his facial expression right there on the right. Like, what am I wearing here? So I'm not sure how long that one lasted, but I mean, I don't hate it. It's kind of cool. So I wouldn't even say this is ugly with a capital U. I'm gonna actually say I kind of like it, even though I got a chuckle out of it and whatever. I don't know. There's just something to it. Kind of cool. Dinosaurs have always been kind of cool. So I'll put it next to the bacon over there.
It's funny because and it's so funny how you and I didn't pick anything the same today.
Right. Yeah.
But I had seen in a reference that said the Toronto basketball jersey with the dinosaur on it. So other people in the world think it's hideous too. But a little fun fact: years ago when they had that, people were actually referring to them because of the purple color. They're referring to them as the Toronto Barneys.
Yes. Yes. And I know some people may have it in the really ugly section, but for me, it's outside the box thinking, But again, probably worked for then, not so much 2026. So.
Yeah.
All right. So you are up, but I think after this next one, we'll be down to one row. So.
Okay. So I'm going to move into hockey. I am a big hockey fan. What I'm not a fan of is people who decide that jerseys look good on hockey players when they don't. Now, you and I are both big Disney movie fans. There was a great movie back a long, long time ago called The Mighty Ducks. And they had this formation that they skate down the ice in called the Flying V.
Yep, the Flying V.
The Vancouver Canucks decided to do the same thing. That is not a flying V, at least. Maybe a falling V. In fact, that's what their fans called it, was the falling V.
Because it could be like something you would see because of the yellow, like I don't know, like a parking attendant kind of vibes. I don't know. I just the yellow, the red color, the brightness, like that's just. I hope
some of their fans referred to this as a traffic cone.
Yes. Yeah. I hope this was not around too long. Let's just say that.
And personally, I think that belongs on a horse jockey, not on a hockey player.
Yes. So something this ugly, I can agree, can go anywhere. It wouldn't surprise me. So let's see where you got this bad boy.
This one is really stinking it up. It needs to go at the top.
Okay. So we are putting it as one of the Mount Ugmores. So you still get one more Mount Ugmore pick. Or
I've got one coming for you.
You can always reshift things later if need be. So, okay. It's hard to not pick some of the ones you did, but I want you to, since you got them, but they crack me up. One of them, what you'll get to. So, okay. My goodness. There's some, okay. I will see here. Tommy just messaging. Okay, so let's look at this guy right here. So the throwback Steeler uniform. Okay, so it's a mix between, it looks like someone escaped prison versus like I still like the yellow and black together. It's just man, I don't know how this got out of the board meeting room, like how this was decided on is okay. It's kind of like that.
Who makes these decisions?
Yeah, just my goodness. So for me, um, I I think it's I'll say ugly with a capital U. I was gonna put it with really really ugly, but there are some doozies that we haven't got to yet, so maybe that'll move up. But I'm being generous, putting it in ugly with a capital U. But we'll see if that's where, see where that's where it stays. But all right, so you are up.
So for my next one, and mine was kind of a my next was kind of a twofer. Because it's the same team really, but
Yeah.
they just went two different directions with two horrible uniforms. And I know I'll catch a lot of heat for that because I'm in South Florida, and I should be a Marlins fan, but I'm not. I'm a Mets fan. But we can start off with the Marlins in orange. Where did
Yes.
that come from? The Marlins aren't orange. You know,
Now, this was when they went to the we're going to do the vibrant colors and have that weird thing in the outfield, and we're going to get away from our teal identity and yeah, I think
I grew up being a Marlins fan. I loved the Marlins when I was a kid. I
yeah,
loved the teal, the black, the gray. That's the Florida Marlins right there.
yeah, there's just something about it, like, because I forget who it was. I think it was a Colorado Rockies catcher this season, and he said, I went to a Miami series and I was walking around Miami and nobody was wearing Marlins gear. And I'm thinking they've changed the identity of the team to match where they are, but because of the product, no one. But when the Marlins had the teal and they felt like they had an actual identity, like they survived. They did better than what they're doing now. And so, but yeah, no, this is not. Some you can look at it and go, well, what's the problem there? Well, Marlin orange, what it was, that's the problem, I think. So
Listen, if I'm out there deep sea fishing, I catch a Marlin that's orange, I'm
yes,
throwing that thing back. Something's wrong with it.
yes. So you've got Marlin. So we want the orange. So this is where would we place this guy?
Let's see. That's right in the middle there.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say definitely not something you'd say that you kind of like. I'm sure.
They
Okay.
they did still have some good days in those orange. Remember, Giancarlo Stanton was there in that orange uniform.
So I'm going to probably go against the grain with my next pick, because I wanted to use my own thing. We all like AI, we all like Google search, but I wanted to be, um, go from my gut. And so I get why some people may have this on the complete flippity flop side of where I'm going to, but I still needed to include them here. And of course, I'm talking about the Houston Astros. So you can look at this and go, what in the world is going on here? I mean, it kind of, there's just a lot. There's just a lot happening in this photo. But I've seen there was a softball team locally here that actually used that as their jersey. And I was like, oh, I kind of dig that a little bit. So because of the time at what it was, maybe I'm partial. I'm going to say I kind of like it. Again, if someone had this on their Mount Ugmore, I would not complain. If they said really ugly, I would not complain. But because I get to pick, I'm going to say I kind of like that one. It's one of those because there's hit or miss. There's some really, not everybody's a big fan of like we said, the Pirates brown and yellow, or the old school Orioles orange and stuff. But for me, I kind of dig the Astro vibe there, even though it may be ugly to some. So that's my final choice on that one. So Mike, you are up.
And they actually called that one the Tequila Sunrise uniform.
Yes. Yep. That is correct.
So, all right. So sticking in Miami, a lot of these teams want to go with their City Connect jerseys, and some of them are really good. But again, I feel like Florida or Miami or whatever you want to call them, the Marlins, they just fell short. I get that they want to respect their heritage and their, this is the Sugar Kings. Again, not just not Marlins.
Nope.
I don't get it.
on Heritage Night or whatever, like it would have been fine for like a one night or a Friday night thing or something. But for the entire season, not the way to go. Definitely not the way to go.
And in
So
fact, I believe the last New York Mets time they came down, and you and I went to the Mets at Marlins
yeah,
Park, they were wearing those red uniforms.
they were, and that was a bad. I mean, I know this Mets
I
team is
know
bad.
that was a bad game for the Mets, actually. But
It was, but they had nobody left on their team. It was all these
I
AAA
know.
guys. So I cut them a little slack. But
Yeah,
so would you put these in the? Are these uglier than what we just talked about, or are they a little bit better? What would you say for?
they are ugly. They are uglier than the Marlins orange.
So we're gonna put really ugly. Was that your?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now, folks, if you're looking at it, that goes, that kind of is nice. See it in person, and then you'd understand, because you might look at that. I'd wear that, but you have to know. And we got the opportunity. It might not be the right word to see them in person, and no bueno, no bueno.
Oh,
And I think
I
that's
totally
partially because,
respect the whole heritage thing. I
yeah, I
like
think
that.
that's what I was gonna say. It's not just the color; it's that what they were, and then that's not what they are, and that's why they're still struggling to this day to have an identity. So, um, all right, so we got the LA Kings going back to hockey. I
Wow.
don't know what happened in the design room here. I don't know if some of the ink, black ink, maybe too much printed out. Um, it's just, this is a fail for sure. Um, just really bad. I can't imagine having to have, have worn that for any period of time. So I'm gonna put this in the. Um, I'll go ahead and put it ugly with a capital U, but that might be generous. But no bueno, no good. Funny to look at, but no good. So we've got, so those of you counting at home, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 left. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty
Wow.
here. So we are plowing through. So you are up next.
All right. So this one is actually a new team this year. So minor league baseball is known for their wild team names, team mascots, colors, uniforms. Well, the Palm Beach Cardinals decided to do something a little different this year because South Florida had some really cold weather. And when the weather gets below 40 degrees here, a certain reptile falls from our trees.
Yes.
We now have, for 12 Saturday home games this year for the Palm Beach Cardinals, they will be the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas.
So they will.
That is an awful jersey.
They will keep their normal name and everything like that, but 12 times a year they'll be the iguanas. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
yes.
And even their logo is an upside down frozen iguana holding a bat, and his eyes are X'd out because he looks like he's dead.
Yeah, the front of the jersey may not do it justice if you saw the blown up version of the sleeves on these. So would you be caught walking out of the house with that? Is that I wouldn't wear it, but not bad? Or do you have that as in the ugly categories? Or do you kind of like it? Which one do you think?
As much crap as I talk about it, I'm actually considering going to those 12 games on Saturdays. And I would wear it, actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to support these frozen iguanas.
So, fun fact about, and it didn't last too long, but they used to have a deal in Palm Beach where if you were able to make every single minor league game for both the Palm Beach Cardinals and the Jupiter Hammerheads, then you were given free season tickets for the following season to include spring training as well. But if you missed even one game, then you couldn't qualify. That didn't last too long, but I thought that was a pretty cool thing. But of course, you had to make it pretty much every single day because one team was on the road, the other one was there. So that was a tough feat, but I'm sure some people were able to do it. So,
well, if you live right by the stadium, not a bad thing. And with the way season ticket prices for spring training are, that's worth it.
So I'm gonna have to go with I haven't put one in the Mount Ugmore yet, so I think I'm due for one here. And so for now, but the Dallas Stars decided that this was the way to go. Not quite sure why.
Was that a theme night?
No, this was a legit for a season. I don't remember what year. I think 2003. In 2003, Dallas Stars.
Jeez.
2003. Not good. Because at first I was like, I saw the hat. I was like, wait, is that a Miami Marlins cap or whatever? No, this is a 2003 to 2006. So this was a multi-year disaster. So for now, these guys are going to the Mount Ugmore. Hockey represented so far twice here in the Mount Ugmore, but I don't know. That's bad. So, but okay. So Mike, you are up with our final 7 remaining. You get to choose from there.
All right. So this is definitely my second Mount Ugmore. So, and this was actually referred by a friend of mine today. I did not find this in show prep. I did not recommend this one. This was told to me over lunch. And so one of the things us in America, we don't know a whole lot about is Australian rules football. It's they're trying to make a name for themselves. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, as I have season tickets to the Florida Panthers, these guys were sitting next to me. The season ticket holders next to me, they never showed up. They always sold their seats. 3 guys from Australia. They're sitting next to me. They spent a week in South Beach. They were going to spend a week in Vegas because Australian rules football opens up their season in Vegas, and they're trying to get a hold of this American money, American TV, American all that stuff because they know sports are money here. So Australian rules football, they don't wear pads. It's almost like a cross between football and rugby. And so there's a single red jersey there. If we can go to that photo first. All right. This is the
will this be separate from the other one, or will this be like a joint together? Because I have them separated.
So, yeah. So first we want to talk about this jersey. The other picture is the same jersey from your seat in the stands. This is the Brisbane Lions women's Australian rules football team jersey. And that, their sponsors at Bond University. The tree is some native tree to Australia. And that half moon of sunlight. It looks great. But then, if you're looking from your seats, it looks a little different.
Can I go to that photo then? Here we go.
Yeah, go to that photo, please. What is that? It's the same jersey. The fans, to say the least, were not happy with that. They made references to it looks like their pants are falling down. It looks like the plumber's crack team. Like that.
Oof. I remember when I first
somebody thought this was a good idea.
I mean, kind of, man. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So, what I'll do. So, because they're basically the same, we can still, even though we have 4 spots up there, I'll just put them next to each other. But we'll know it's really just one. So, I just want to have them both for reference purposes. But yes, no argument there. They have cracked their way to the top of our list. So congratulations.
Unintended?
Yes. And I don't know if you I don't know if you know this, but a friend of the show is a big fan of the Australian rules and leagues and whatnot. But yeah, he's ready to go. He's a big fan. He's wearing shorts. He's not wearing pants this time, but yeah, he's a big guy. He's got to keep his hat on, but he's a fan of the Australian league there, so that's pretty cool. But so for me, looking at what's left, I'm going to go ahead and this is a good one. Let me see if I could find my little here. Let's see, where'd you go? Make sure I have the right one. Nope, that is not it. Okay, Where'd you go, little buddy? Oh no. Well, he is missing. Oh, here he is. Okay. The Mexico World Cup 1994. He's very happy. He doesn't care what he's wearing. My goodness. So for me, it's I only got 2 picks, so I'm going to keep this in the really, really ugly category. But if it moved up, it wouldn't be the worst thing. But yeah, so that's self-explanatory. So now I know, Mike, these last 4 are ones that I think I just accidentally picked extra, so you didn't get prep time with these or whatever. So
That's okay.
What do you call it? Because of that, if you do see it and you just led to move them as a Mount Ugmore, I'm not going to complain. That'll be fine. But so which of the 4 would you like to see in bigger scale? I know one of them's kind of hard to see, but
Well, I'm not on a computer. I'm on a phone, so they're all thumbnail photos for me.
So if that's cool, I'll just pick one and then you can give me your thoughts.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. So are you a curling fan? Are you a big curling guy? I don't want to take you for a curling fan.
I'm a fan of all sports, and I have watched some curling during the Olympics.
Well, this is like a mix. Like if Roddy Piper was to do curling, I don't know. But so this is the Norway curling team, and they seem happy, but questionable attire here. Questionable attire. So where would you rank the Norway men's curling team on the
shorts?
uniform?
Just don't go with the shirt. They should have gone the whole way with it at least.
You'd almost have to go shirtless or a white t-shirt only. Like, I think that's it for that. So yeah, so we're gonna skip the kind of like it. I don't think that's what you're going for. What are you thinking?
I'd say that's really, really bad.
Yes, that's
really, really ugly.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna go next, and I'm gonna save my final Mount Ugmore spot. So I'm not gonna quite go there yet. But so I'm in the next go. We all, I've never been a big reader of books or anything, but we've all heard. One of the books I did look at was Where's Waldo, and to me, this team looks like the Where's Waldo of sports. But this is the athletic Billabo soccer team, and just candy cane vibes, Where's Waldo vibes. I don't know. Would definitely not a fan of this one, but. So I'm going to put this in the ugly with a capital U, not as ugly as the last 2, but probably at the top of the this section here. Questionable for sure. So, all right. So you got 2 left. We got 1 spot. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this next one here. And this is the ECHL Las Vegas Wranglers. And they decided to go with a uniform for the season with a Santa uniform. There, so he's got his little beard and his little, all that stuff. So I believe this is the only one on our list that was a specialty for a specific game, so not the entire season. But what do you think of the Santa Claus jersey here? You feeling that, or you not so much?
You know what? For if it's a Christmas game, why not? That's not bad.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
I like the creativity thing. So. You would say I wouldn't wear it, but it's not bad. Is that be probably what you?
Actually, I would wear it.
You would wear it, yeah, especially because it's Christmas, right? So.
Absolutely.
So so this last one, you probably can't see it too well, but when you sent me offline your pick, probably I was going to be at the top. It's not quite the same, but it's not too. It's kind of still in the realm of what you sent me. So. This last one here that I'm going to pull up it's a special one. Let's see here. Where are you? Sometimes they get hard to see. Okay. So this is the Deportivo Palencia Balompié. I had no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this looks like they're wearing the human anatomy jerseys here. It looks like there's rib cages going on. I don't know. I don't know if you remember the Giant Gonzalez back in the day, WWE. This
yes.
If that was a uniform that you could wear to the field, there's organs. It's just not good. And And then when you see just random people wearing clothes not like that, then it really makes it stand out even more. So for that reason alone, this is going into the Mount Ugmore as well for that. So now, Mike, since you are the guest of honor, let's go ahead. Even though we know what our Mount Ugmore is, but let's, having all the intel you have there, what is your 4-1? And we'll crown the ugliest of the uglies. So what would you put in the number 4 spot out of those 4 that we have up there?
I still see your screen of.
Oh, you still see us. Sorry, I got to keep the rib cage up. Okay,
unskinned soccer players. There we go.
There we go. So out of our 4, so again, to recap, we have the Canucks Flying V. We have the Dallas Stars thing going on there. We have the Brisbane Lions jersey there, front and back. And then, of course, we have the Deportivo Palencia soccer team. So what would you say is 4-1? Count us there so we can crown the ultimate ugliest jersey of all time.
Well, I would go with number 4 being the Vancouver Canucks Flying V.
Oh, okay. So they will be moving.
It's not the absolute worst.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So move them to 4. And then what would you have next? Some stiff competition.
Next, in 3rd, I'd probably have the Dallas Stars. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It does.
But
if I was going into Fiesta Azteca maybe or something, I don't know. But for Dallas Stars, there's no stars. I'm not seeing a star on. It just.
I don't understand the Egyptian theme.
Yes. But okay. Well, and then I think we can say safely that these I think we know our winner. I think it's already there. It's already stayed in place there. But
it's pretty close between the two of those, because if you go to that soccer match with that team, you're gonna have to tell your wife or girlfriend, stop staring at his glutes, because his glutes are showing.
Yes.
And then the other way around, you're gonna have the wives and girlfriends telling their husbands and boyfriends, stop staring at her tree.
I wonder, like the first time that somebody went up to the skybox and saw it from that angle, like, are they seeing what we're seeing and go, oh no, like
this is bad.
Yeah, I just can't imagine that. So, but hope you guys had a good time. Obviously, I know, guys, on Thursday nights, Friday, we see really good numbers the following day. You guys will kind of watch it maybe on the way to work or to home or whatever. So we appreciate whenever it is that you do watch it. Let us know in the comments like you usually do. We had a recent video where someone dropped a comment and said, I was just scrolling through other channels, and then the name of the video caught my eye. And so you guys doing good stuff. So that's kind of what we're hoping for here, is just somebody somewhere sees it and just has a good time. We're a little bit outside the norm. We don't do what everybody else does. It's just for fun, having a good time. And so this is a blast. Love doing this kind of stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it, Mike, as well. Something a little bit different.
Always. I always appreciate you having me on, and this is always fun.
Yes, it is. But so final thoughts with I wanted to ask. So one thing that Darren does, so since Darren's not here, it's the Darren's final could be anything question of the night. So my question for you, it'll be a 2-parter. I'll keep one sports related and one not. So the sports related question, because we're talking uniforms and stuff, you had mentioned some of the City Connects are good. If you had to say, just out of your mind, what do you think is the top of the top in terms of the best City Connect baseball jersey? What would you say?
Well, there are some really good ones, and I really enjoy the stories behind them. Maybe because I'm partial to the Mets, because I'm a Mets fan, but reading the story behind the Mets jersey, the City Connect jersey, I really like that one.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Because the ones that are are good or really good. There's some that are just like oof. Like I don't know, like the whole St. Louis Cardinal, the Lou or whatever. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but I love the Rays one is really awesome. Just the colors match it really well.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and not even hating on the Boston one, the kind of match the Green Monster, the green, so but some people may think that's not good because it's it's Boston. We can't be doing green. But okay, so that was the first one. And then the second question is just because I don't know what it is, and this is just a random question because we had a friend over the other day, but pineapples on the pizza, is it absolutely insane or is it perfectly fine or are you in between? Because I feel like nobody is in between on that topic. You either hate it or you dig it. What do you think?
No, I'm all in for it.
You're for it.
Pineapple
Yeah.
and ham.
Yes, and
That's a
ham, and even
Hawaiian
the
pizza
bacon.
right there.
We've switched to we
And
like the ham
bacon,
and the
yes.
pineapple, but we've done the bacon one recently too. So
Yes.
yeah.
Don't tell my daughter I said that. She'll be mad, but she hates pineapple on pizza.
Oh, she's
I'm all
yeah.
in for it.
Yes. And Mom, yeah, you just caught the end, but you can go ahead and watch it right after we get off here. We
Hi,
started about
Marianne.
9:15, but thanks for jumping on. But yeah, so we will be back live again this Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll let you know what that is going to be about here on social media in the next day or so. But Mike, any big plans this weekend on your end? Anything going on? Or
Yeah, down here we've got a lot going on. Barrett Jackson, if you're a car fan, they're at the South Florida Fairgrounds, and we've got the Italian Festival here as well. We'll be hitting up on Sunday. And not only that, if you don't mind me giving a shout out to our friends at Palm Beach Autographs, we have Bret Hart going to be here on Saturday. So we've got Bret Hart in the building, signing sunglasses, meeting folks, taking pictures. It's going to be a big day. So we got a lot going on this week.
On WrestleMania Saturday too. That's pretty cool.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, obviously they're going to be all the way in Vegas, but it's pretty cool that he'll be doing that there. Yeah, that's super exciting. So yeah, and then WrestleMania is this weekend. I think I'm going to try because I've heard that. I mean, obviously I have it; I can watch it at home. But I've heard that Buffalo Wild Wings is starting to show it, so that'd be kind of cool to see it there. The AMC theaters show them, but not, I think it's like in the major city. So maybe West Palm, but I don't know. I think the AMC in Orlando does, but not the one here in Melbourne. So, but
we'll have to talk our theater into doing a WrestleMania event.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind watching it here, of course. It's just sometimes it's nice to have some Buffalo Wings and watch it, So not having a whole ton of people over this year, just kind of didn't. It was just not enough time to plan it accordingly. So when we had the Rumble, it was a lot of fun, but maybe SummerSlam or something. It's not enough time to plan it. But so thank you, Mike. I know it's a little bit late of a night, but I appreciate it.
Thank you
very much. It was a blast, like you said. Look forward to talking more soon. Again, thanks everyone for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Let us know that you are here. And until next time, we will see you around the ballpark. Bye, guys.